Today on Trend, we look at unique condo living with a view. Live edge custom projects that you can DIY. And lighting design that will blow your mind.
Ingrid, this is such a beautiful luxury condo. I love the water view, the finishes, and I love this location.
And welcome to Shoal Point and James Bay. And Amy, this building is just a signature location and has that reputation for just unique, exquisite architecture. And when we first looked at this, it was part of our plan to help my clients downsize from their larger home, looking for that lifestyle that downtown offers with the ease of condo living, lock and go. And at first blush, this unit didn't check all the boxes. It was...
Why? I feel like this building's fantastic.
And I think it's now even come more into its own. It really is one of those unique opportunities where you're getting not only just that fantastic waterfront location in James Bay, right on the doorstep of Fisherman's Wharf, an easy stroll to the Inner Harbor. You can have a lovely sunset cocktail at the veranda at the Empress Hotel, and just watch the activity of the harbor with the Coast Guard's helicopters coming and going, and the boats and the harbor ferry and the harbor planes. It's really, really a special spot. So when we saw it on paper, 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, that was great. The square footage was a little bit smaller than what my folks thought that they could live in.
Right. But I think the trade-off is this building, there's such high-end finishes and everything has a different floor plan. How many penthouses are in this unit?
There's several, and they're all very unique. You're right. They've got exquisite high ceilings, lots of glass, this unit being a corner right on the southwest water view side. The sunsets are absolutely magnificent.
Yes.
And when we first explored, we actually had to come back a second time. But that second time with the designer, we took a look at the unique octagonal entry, which really gives you that immediate sense of space and light.
It's a very grand feel when you first walk into the space.
Isn't it? And it's so different because typically, you know, condos, you've got that, you know, entry kitchen on the right, on the left, and it's very patterned. This one had that unique layout where each of the principal rooms and both bedrooms had access to the outdoors on the very large terrace, which is again quite unique. Some of the homes have smaller recessed balconies, but this one just is in the brilliant sunshine most of the day.
I don't think you could get a better location in this building. You literally have all the action happening out front. You just have to sit here and watch.
Almost feel like you're on vacation every day.
Right.
The array of amenities that Shoal Point offers, from the lap pool, the steam room, the sauna, there's guest suites, so if your visitors are coming for a stay, even if your home is not equipped to be able to house guests, it's so much easier to have them in their own space in any event.
And I think that's one of the beauties of this type of living. You're not necessarily entertaining a bunch of people in your home like you normally would, because when people come to visit, you're going to go and walk down to Fisherman's Wharf, you're going to go right outside to the park and hang out outside.
You're absolutely right. I mean, your front door and your backyard is all of downtown Victoria. From the finest at sea, I just had the best halibut tacos there the other day for lunch, and you're a quick walk to Il Covo, one of my favorite Italian restaurants. It just offers such a unique experience here.
And this kitchen is very gourmet, so you can cook gourmet meals for yourself, but I think I would head out to one of the restaurants if I had more than 4 people over for dinner. Heck, maybe even 2. That's pushing it a bit. What are are some of the things that your clients are looking for when they're downsizing? Some of those really important things that they need to check all the boxes.
And sometimes it's a process. They don't really realize what exactly their ultimate dream home is until you start to go through that. And again, this was one of those case in points where they thought they needed larger square footage, they thought they needed more, storage options. But working with the space that you have and being creative with cabinets and pullouts and extra shelving, lots of built-ins in the master bedroom. There's some beautiful nightstands that just float on the wall, incorporating a brand new closet system. So there's so many ways, and I don't think that they realized how much you could achieve, even though this is a complete renovation.
But you brought them something that had a lot of potential, and then with their designer, they made it their own.
And it really, from start to finish, they totally enjoyed the journey, even though it's sometimes, as you know, in a renovation,
it's a love-hate relationship.
It can be a bit stressful.
Yes.
But definitely, the end product was something that they were very, very proud of. And I'm so fortunate to be able to feature this today. So thank you.
Well, the growers never cease to amaze me, and this dwarf nectarine is no exception. If you've got a small little area or a deck or a patio and you want some nice fresh fruit, this is a great way to go. It's a small plant, grows about 6 feet high, and it can be espaliated, which means basically you take the branches out and you make them fan out. They don't use very much space at all. Now, when you're planting it, it's important to put it in a large pot. Now, as a nursery person, I want to put it in a very large pot, even bigger than this. But sometimes that'll ruin the aesthetic value of your deck or patio, so you may want to put it in a little bit smaller. If you're going to do that, the main thing you have to remember is it's got to get all its nutrients and water from a small area, so it's very important that you add fertilizer to it. Now, in my view, anytime I'm going to put something into my body, I like to use organic plant food. So this is the one that I would recommend. So if you're looking for a great plant that's going to give you nice fruit in a small area, try the dwarf nectarine.
Joshua, I love coming into your store because I always get the creative juices flowing and so many different ideas for DIY projects or furniture. And I love it because you guys are always here to help me.
Well, that's what we try to do, for sure.
Yeah. Do you have a lot of people coming in who want to do DIYs but just don't know where to start?
That's a big thing. People right now, they've been home, they've been looking at their home thinking, how can I fix it? How can I make it a place I want to be in? But they don't have the skills, so they come, oh, I don't know how to do anything. Well, everyone started there. We can help you, we can give you advice. Sometimes people don't want to go that route and we just end up making the thing for them.
Which I personally love.
But a big part of it is teaching. That's what we train our staff, and we want to help people.
I love this table that we're standing in front of right here. How did you guys make this?
So this was it was a demo table we were testing out some new techniques on. So we took 2 pieces of wood, and so you build a frame, pour the epoxy on top of it.
And this clear part is the epoxy.
Clear part's the epoxy, and we were actually just blending pigments to see if we could make it clear, but a color.
But you still see so much grain to these live edge pieces.
And that's the beauty of wood, really, is you get this interesting grain. This piece of wood exists. There's no other piece of wood that looks the same as this.
And you have so many different, interesting, unique pieces of wood here in the store. So we can physically come in and say, hey, I want this to be my dining room table.
And then that's it. And another big part is even if we don't have something, you say, this is what I need, this is what I want, we can track it down, we can get you pictures, we'll bring it in, you can look at it, and oftentimes people say, we get it in and they say, oh, this isn't, for me, it doesn't work. Just goes into, wow, we sell it to somebody who it works for. We're happy to do that because I just like buying wood.
And then you have all the components too, like the table legs in different finishes, shapes, sizes, all of that.
And that's the thing, there's a lot of different options in terms of taking something that's not really all that difficult, making a small top, putting it on some legs. It's a custom table. Have you done a lot of work? No, you put 3 pieces of wood on top of some legs.
Right.
But nobody knows that. It looks like anything you would find in one of those fancy boutiques.
There's a lot of small projects that people want to start too. Like, this is such a beautiful piece of wood, and yet it's so soft, like completely finished. What would you use this for?
So this is like a serving board, charcuterie board. We do a lot with handles on them.
Right.
Sometimes we do them with actual handles for gripping like that. And it just, you know, sometimes you see it even with just, you know, an accent for a centerpiece, put
Right.
a candle on it, things like that. And it just starts from a regular rough piece of wood.
Well, I know I have a ton of new ideas. Thank you so much for having me here, Joshua.
Thanks, Amy.
Welcome to our new residential build with Unity Construction. This is one of my very favorite projects to date. We did so many cool design features. Take this lighting. You cannot drive past this house at night without stopping to take a look. It's breathtaking. It just has a beautiful glow to it. And during the day, these are an art piece. We had a little bit of challenge in the beginning because you're somewhat limited by the actual fixtures. These weren't perfect. They had a round canopy on the top. When you have this many light fixtures, it would have looked crazy to have all of those black discs on the ceiling. So Steve from Unity Construction came up with this great drop ceiling option. All of that is tucked up in behind, and you just get the wire with a tiny little rivet at the top. You don't have all of that mess. It looks seamless, and it's all about the lighting. All of the accent lights in the home create a wonderful glow. It really creates the feature in the space. Jesse, there's always so much activity here when I'm in the showroom.
Absolutely. We're a very busy shop. A lot of stuff is going on, more specifically with what's happening in the world right now. Everybody is doing a lot of renovation.
Right.
And we're here to support them throughout single step with the DIY products.
And your clients are really everybody from the DIYer to the designer and everything in between.
Totally, yeah. We have access to the Schluter systems. We deal with Mapei. We have extensive knowledge on all the tools required to do the job. We have pretty much everything you need here.
So let's talk about the Schluter system for a second, because a lot of people, when they hear Schluter, just think of the metal edge that finishes off the tile, but there's so much more to it.
I have absolutely loved Schluter systems since the start of my career here. They have done a really great job supporting not only the retailer, but the customer. They have online website, lots of videos, step-by-step breakdowns of how to build a shower, which can reduce the concern on the consumer, right?
And there's so many different aspects to it, whether it's a different look for tile that you want, size, format, mosaic, right down to the grout color.
Absolutely.
And you can answer everybody's questions.
We do, yeah. We have 36 different colors available for grout, so we have that pretty well nailed down. All of it available at any moment in time. We have a large supply of it, yeah.
What are you seeing as popular designs and styles right now?
Popular designs and styles, large format, lots of marble, the grouts to just kind of not contrast but complement, that kind of thing.
And really mimicking natural stones still, or are natural stones?
Absolutely, yeah. Lots of mimicking natural stones because the faux products are getting better and better. That striation that they're printing into the glaze is just beautiful. And there's a lot of concrete look too, which is a really unique take on the floor covering.
That's one of my personal favorites.
Absolutely.
And you can get a nice soft look with it as well. It doesn't have to look too stark.
That's right. When people think of concrete look, they think of poured concrete, like unfinished, right? Where some of the concrete looks are quite nice.
There's so many options when it comes to the design portion as well. You guys have an amazing website that really can help people through the process.
We have our Town Square app, which is basically a digital mood board. And what we do with that is we get customers to kind of put the pieces together online, and so we can have it ready for them down at the store.
And then they know their concept, you're on the same page, and you can just source the tiles for them. They can bring in the samples, so the cabinetry doors, the countertops, and make sure there's no weird undertones being pulled out.
Absolutely, yeah. The prep involved in it will kind of reduce the stress when you come down to a busy shop. Trying to sort through all of those contributing factors with the static noise that goes on in a showroom can be quite difficult, so we like to reduce that stress.
Right. And then you guys have a lot in stock, but you can also order a lot as well.
Absolutely. We deal with quite a few different vendors, so there's just about anything for anyone at any given time. We're here 6 days a week. Monday to Friday, we're here from 8:30 to 5, and on Saturdays, we're here from 10 to 5 to help you out with everything you need.
Go global with Newport Realty and Christie's International. Thailand has a stunning diversity of landscapes from mountains to jungles, miles of palm tree-lined beaches. Bangkok juxtaposes a modern cityscape, iconic temples, and nearby beach resort towns. Many foreigners take advantage of long-term leases to secure Thai property, which doesn't distinguish between Thai nationals and foreigners, and doesn't have the same financial requirements. This brand new luxury 2-bedroom condominium is over 1,300 square feet. Accessed by private elevator, it boasts custom kitchen, luxury baths, engineered flooring, and climate control. A large covered terrace runs off the living area. Shared amenities include a rooftop swimming pool, sun deck, gym, and space for private functions. Foreigners owning a condo in Thailand enjoy 0 property taxes. Land and house taxes don't apply to condos. I'm Mike Borman, going global with Newport Realty and Christie's International.
Craig, I'm so excited to be here in Nanaimo. I haven't been to this showroom before. It's pretty close to Victoria's, but a little bit different.
Yeah, a little bit different. Most of the products are the same, but definitely the layout is different, you know, different rooms, different areas, but yeah.
How long have you guys been in business for?
As a company, we're 1960 in Victoria, and Nanaimo mid-80s.
So you're really the lighting experts.
We hope so, yeah. Definitely.
And a lot of the same faces when I come in here too.
Exactly.
You guys have been around, you know your stuff.
We think so. You know, it's important to keep those on that know their stuff within lighting, and you know, we train them, and yeah, just getting to know our customers is really important with the knowledge that comes with it too.
Because lighting really is one of the most important aspects of your home.
I think so. You know, besides, you know, it's the lipstick, right? You know,
Right.
It's the final thing, the paint, the furniture, the lighting. Really, you know, if you don't have the right lighting, we feel it's just not going to, you know, put the right trend into the whole look of the whole
And there's
project.
so many layers to the lighting as well, because you have task lighting, you have accent lighting,
Indirect lighting.
and everything in between.
So yeah, there's 4 levels of lighting, like you nailed them pretty much all, and you know, the decorative lighting, and then just accenting, really important.
You guys serve a huge part of the island as well. There's the South Island, but then there's so many places in the north as well that come to you.
There is, and that's just increased over the past, you know, years, I would say. Courtenay, Comox, Campbell River, just you know, really just areas that are really taking off. You know, a lot of home building, a lot of commercial, you know, condos and buildings like that.
And so many different styles. I'd love to see some of the trends that are going on right now.
Yeah, I know. Well, you know, having said that, I think Mike's actually here. Why don't we get him to show us around?
Sounds good.
Perfect.
Mike, I love talking trends with you. Can you tell us a little bit about what you're seeing happening on the island here?
Well, since we've been up island, Nanaimo North, We're seeing a little bit of different trends than we do in Victoria, and this, what I would touch on, call it sort of West Coast beach, is very big up here.
I love it because it's nice and casual. Like, it can definitely go into the beach theme that you're initially thinking of, but it could be tied into any other designs as well.
Oh, 100%. It's a very transitional, but still leans to that sort of that look, that beach sort of feel, but can work in a whole bunch of different environments.
And it's sort of your more natural materials and kind of bringing that element into the house.
Absolutely. Very organic, which is nice. Gives you some warmth, a feeling of home,
right,
which is really, really nice.
I say that this is kind of a real Instagram trend as well.
100%. Yeah,
Yes.
it's all for the gram.
So what else are you seeing?
Still the country farmhouse. That sort of modern country farmhouse is very, very big up here. It's been big in Victoria for a while, but it's carrying through and it's doing really, really well up here.
And I would say it's almost competing with the West Coast Contemporary, which was kind of primarily the majority of new homes in Victoria for a long time.
Oh, absolutely. 90% of the homes you were seeing was that sort of West Coast Contemporary, West Coast Modern, and it's sort of, I won't say that's fading out, they're still there, but the country farmhouse is taking the bull by the horns, and it's a really, really nice look.
So it's a bit more of a rustic look, lots of metals, kind of distressing, but still soft.
Yeah, it's soft lines, but like you said, it's got that distressed metal looks, it's got some heaviness and some warmth, but still, like you say, soft. It's comfort, it's home, it's very inviting.
And most of those are coming in the integrated LED?
Some, but a lot are still using lamp sources, and we like to provide an LED lamp to get you the color temperature that you want and make it feel comfortable, and also, you know, maintenance. If it burns out, you can replace it a lot easier.
One of the other trends I'm seeing a lot of is reclaimed woods and materials. It's pretty popular up here too, right?
Oh, definitely. Very, because it has that sort of organic, sort of West Coast feel, and it catches on really quick. It's when you get into the Ucluelet and Tofino and Campbell River, that just has that vibe and that feel, and so those reclaimed wood trends really fly into there.
And we're all about the environment and reusing elements in these pieces as well.
Oh, absolutely. Anytime you can reuse something and reproduce it for another purpose is fantastic.
And then it's really creating an art piece within the space as well.
True, and you know how I like to have the functional art, so it definitely suits me as well.
Lighting really is the key piece that brings your entire project together.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Otherwise, you're just left in the dark.